evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is week 12 Waiver Wire, our Waiver Wire show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, spike that like button if you have not already, and also dive off into the chat. Drop your takes, drop your isms, drop your questions. We're here to help. Dilly. As always, I am joined by my co-host representing the GMM Network, Bogard Scott-Free. What's good, brother?
Hey, Thanksgiving, give me money.
Thanksgiving, give me money. I know. I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm fucking so excited. I'm ready. I need coquito, pasteles. I'll call my fucking name, bro. Collard greens, cornbread. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like all day today, that's kind of like what I've thought about. Like I've at least played. I got greens, tomato, chicken. I played that song like fucking like 5 times today, bro. I'm just ready. I'm ready. Yo, let's dive into tonight's show. First things first, let's take care of some light housekeeping. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum boys and girls. What it do, dilly. Cheers to everyone in the chat.
Woo!
TGB, I passed out last night. I'm sorry I did not make it into Among Us. I passed out, bro. Nick, what's going on, Nick? Thank you for joining. If you guys are new, make sure that you subscribe. Bogart, talk to him about monkeyknifefight.com, pimp.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? If y'all trying to get some of this cold, hard cash, you know what I mean? Make your Thanksgiving, a fruitful one, you know what I mean? A lucrative one. Head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code Rumboyz, and we'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. You know, like I said, this Thanksgiving Day slate, while you're stuffing your face with turkey and mashed potatoes and greens and cornbread and all that type of shit, you're going to have them games on the tube, and hopefully you could be winning money on some of these props. The legal, legit, daily fantasy sports prop action is there for you waiting. monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code Rumboyz. We'll match that first thing all the way up to $50. Hey.
Oh, yeah, dilly. Promo code Rumboyz. Also, if you're feeling a little bit festive this season, promo code Rumboyz Xmas as well. Same offer, same offer that Bogart mentioned. But hey, you know, we threw a little bit of spice on that thing. Rumboyz Xmas, promo code all caps. So head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Win some money. We are live over here on our YouTube channel and also on sportscaster.com. Sportscaster.com, the Sportscaster app on all Apple iOS devices. Join the biggest online sports community today and check out the Rumboyz Fantasy Network and also millions of other top industry leading analysts. And you yourself can become an analyst as well and become a sportscaster as well whenever you download the Sportscaster app. Dilly, y'all. Let's dive right into it. So week 11 was a week of, I'm honestly gonna
I hate week 11.
I hate week 11. I'm gonna say that was the most underperforming fucking week of the now going into 12 weeks of football that we have. And I get that week 12 hasn't kicked off yet, but I'm praying that it cannot get much worse.
I had two leagues, man, where one I dropped from like 5th place to 7th. So I'm out of the playoff race as it stands right now. And the other one I dropped from 2nd to 6th. And that's my $500 league. And it was all because of a goddamn last-minute swap on Jonnu. One, I switched out Jonnu for Logan Thomas. And the other one, I switched out Jonnu for Hayden Hurst because I was just tired of this fucking 2-3 targets a game. And like, those are the difference for my W's.
Yeah, for me, it was I was in literally a lot of games of inches. For those who don't know, a game of inches in fantasy football, where you're talking decimal points worth of a win or a loss, like 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Where it's like, holy fuck, like I make one different start sit, and and I'm good. The amount of top level guys that underperform. This week, just completely insane. Brendan said that Robert Woods crushed him. James Conner, oh god, that one pissed me off. T. Higgins was on the receiving side of Joe Burrow going down.
Yeah.
So I mean, his fantasy future becomes very murky at the given moment. Julio Jones didn't do well. and of course that Saints team, they're
That
chucking
also
along.
hurts. That also hurt me in one league, man, where I was like asking for a friend, fellas, on Sunday morning. I'm like, I got Matt Ryan in, but Taysom Hill, I got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
like
I just needed y'all to tell me what I needed to hear. It's just like, listen, don't be crazy. Just start Matt Ryan. And then that Julio Jones thing really fucked him up. And that's when I lost by a game of inches in that one when I would have won
yeah.
by a coup margin if I just went with the 2020 scenario. 2020 scenario is just play the shit that you don't think is gonna happen.
Exactly. The shit that you don't think that is going to happen, the irreversible at this point, I mean, just kind of do that. I mean, Logan Thomas putting up 2 points against the Bengals team that honestly, they give up ass to
Yeah,
the
to the
tight
tight
end.
end.
Like
Yeah.
every tight end gets laid against the freaking Bengals defense. Like they're all getting in the end zone. They're having a good time. They're popping bottles. It's a fucking amazing thing. Like, this week frustrating nonetheless.
Oh yeah.
Robbie Anderson had his typical 11 points. Austin Hooper did nothing against Philly. Nothing against Philly. Baker,
Against the Saints, he did not. Yeah. Oh, Austin Hooper. Oh,
Austin
yeah, that's
Hooper,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Austin Hooper did nothing. Baker Mayfield did nothing. Marquez Valdez-Scantling fell flat after 2 weeks of him
Balling.
doing well. Yeah. So this week we're clearly looking to fucking bounce back. Like this week we're clearly looking looking to bounce back. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna dive into the list. I'm getting it pulled up now. So first off, starting off with your running back injuries, guys: DeAndre Swift, Rex Burkhead, and LaMichael Pirine. Those guys are all out for you this week.
Yeah.
Those guys are all out
Yeah,
for
Rex
for you.
Burkhead, he's done for the year too. So, that could Sony Michel just got activated off the IR. Obviously Damian Harris is the guy, but this could help. This could bring James White back into the fold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My beer tried to foam up on me there. So really quick, Swift has already been ruled out this week. I know a lot of you guys have probably been seeing in your league, depending on what app you're playing on, that he has points projected there.
You know what's crazy?
Well, guys, hang on really quick. Hang on. Wait. Guys, hang on. I see you in the chat. We're gonna get to your questions. I see the chat going pretty fast. But we're gonna get to some of your questions in the chat. Let's get through these waiver wire pickups. But I know that you're seeing points projected next to DeAndre Swift. He's not going to play. He's already been ruled out for Thursday, unfortunately, which is crazy because it looked like he was participating in practice. You can look at Kerryon Johnson. You can look at Adrian Peterson. Either way, it
I like
is
AP this week.
Exactly. It's
Weirdly
Thanksgiving.
enough, I liked Kerryon last week, and Kerryon got 70% of the snaps to Adrian Peterson's 30, but I think it was a game script thing. You know what I mean? Actually, maybe the game script probably be negative again this week, so maybe Kerryon Johnson could be in play this week over AP. But either way,
yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, he honestly only put up 5.8 points. Like
it's against the Texans. That's why it's so if you could diagnose which one it is, you know what I mean? Like the Texans are the worst run defense, like literally, like last. So you're gonna want someone running against that defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean both Lions running backs. I mean, yes, you can run against the Texans. It is Thanksgiving because it being Thanksgiving. I'd probably lean more so towards Adrian Peterson. It's just veterans tend to go off on this day.
The short weeks.
Yep, and especially short weeks. Also, he's known for going out and having Thanksgiving outings. I just think that the narrative super fits, and then the occasion super fits AP more. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, those both keep popping up. Dobbins is starting to warm up. I'm starting to warm up to Dobbins a little bit more, but I feel like you're kind of good still either way.
He's out this week because of COVID.
Yeah, Edwards is out, yeah.
No. Dobbins. Dobbins and
Dobbins
Ingram.
out.
And Ingram. So
it's all Gus Edwards.
Yeah, and we will see some Justice Hill.
Yeah.
But and it is Pittsburgh's defense. They're tough, but they're getting kind of beat up every week. Like they almost gave up 100 yards to James Robinson last week or last Sunday, and the last time that Gus Edwards played the Steelers, he put up 88 yards on the ground. So, and that was him sharing a load with J.K. Dobbins. You know what I mean? So I like Gus Edwards this week, and it's a game where they need a win before they, because they're out of the playoff hunt as it stands right now.
Yeah, they need a win. So yeah, I definitely I agree with you. I like Gus Edwards this week. Zach Moss, Malcolm Brown, and Cam Akers, all viable pickups. James White as well. I'm still kind of distancing myself away from the Patriots personally, but that is a personal decision that I am making, and I haven't. Something I haven't regretted all season.
Catching running back was Rex Burkett. He was the James White role, and now he's gone.
He's injured.
So James
yeah,
White could be the James White role again, and he was the guy when Rex Burkett got hurt last Sunday against the Texans. So
yeah. So I mean, but do like me personally, like I said, I'm staying away from that situation, especially when you have a quarterback that's going to vulture a lot of that away from you. Now there is a running back that is coming back healthy. I know that this is our waiver wire show, and he is not going to be on waiver wires for you. Well, depending on how your league is set up, Austin Eckler is back. Okay, all of you. Well, he's going to be back.
He's off IR.
He's trending towards back.
He's off IR, and the coach said he's a few weeks away. So originally I said December, and so it looks like he's on track to come back by December.
Yeah, it probably is. It won't be this week. It'll probably be next week, according to what I heard on Instagram from the Fantasy Doctors. Big shout out to Fantasy Doctors. Check out their content. They featured on this show before. Yeah, back in like our early days. And then I was awesome. Like, yo, this is too much.
Because
like,
nowadays they charge motherfuckers for features.
Exactly, bro. And I'm like, fuck that. But yeah, so Eck should be back probably next week. They are getting ready to move him off of IR, so to plan accordingly with your bench if you have to move Eckler out of IR this week.
Somebody that also is coming back is Raheem Mostert. Like, he's set to come back because he already got removed off the IR.
Ew.
Off the Also, Myles Gaskin, that bitch, Carol Gaskin, you know what I mean? He hasn't been activated off the IR yet, but this week is the week that, they can do it. And if it doesn't happen by tomorrow, scratch everything I said. But if they activate him by tomorrow,
Nehemiah Dobbins and Ingram are not going to be back this week.
Nah, they're out.
They're out this week.
Because they're playing Thursday. And they're not on the COVID contact list. They're on the COVID list. Like, they got it.
Should I drop Gallman and pick up Edwards or not? No,
because Gallman is playing against the Bungles in a matchup where it's Ryan Finley at quarterback now. So this should be a game that, oddly enough, Danny Dimes and them should be controlling this game. You know what I mean?
Should I drop Balaj for Moss? Ask E on the mic.
Balaj is still a rental.
Yeah, he's still a rental.
Zach Moss, it's fucking with that backfield. It's almost as annoying as
you don't know what's going to happen between him or Singletary. I would probably
really Josh Allen's the guy who carries the ball more than those two guys. So
I would stick with Balaj.
I think because Balaj is there. Listen, I would try to see who else I could drop to get Zach Moss. Because
maybe there's something else out there that you can drop.
Yeah, because Balaj is playing against the Buffalo Bills this week. You could run on them. You want Balaj, and Balaj has been utilizing the passing game. It's fucking phenomenal. He's seven receptions last week. Like that's fucking awesome.
Rendon, I have been the person to tell people to fade Mostert. You are fading Mostert. Like what? This is week 12. You cannot. Yeah, but he goes in and he gets hurt again. He goes in and he gets hurt again.
Depending on your other
He goes in and he gets hurt again. He's going to go in and get hurt again.
You can't speak in certainty like that.
Okay, but you pretty much can with the way his season is gone.
You can speak in certainty with how his utilization is. Like
with the way that his season is gone. He has not been healthy for a full game this week. Like he's been healthy for what, 2-3 games this week or this year?
Those games too, he blew up.
So, those 2 or 3. Like bro, you don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, don't write Mostert off if he's your best option. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you're in a 10-man league. You definitely have better options.
Okay. I mean, he didn't put the option, so I'm just not gonna. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Don't speak in certainty unless like he's like, well,
You're saying that because you're a 49ers fan and you want
listen,
Mostert to do well.
this guy.
Like you want Mostert to
I'm
do
keeping it
well.
all the way a buck. That's what I'm doing.
I would say right now.
Rendon, show us your other options.
He said for
Most
his
is a flex.
QB. This is his team. For his QB, he has Watson and Tannehill. Running back, he has Chris Carson, Miles Sanders, Sanders,
Yeah.
Eckler, Mostert, Gaskin, and Gallman.
So I'd
and
probably
wide
go
receiver.
Gallman. I'd go Gallman over Mostert. See how easy that was?
Yeah.
I didn't know when he's talking about is Mostert to play. Like you gotta have some context. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, he told us that he had Gallman earlier.
I didn't catch that. And Gallman's a play.
Yeah, and then he also has Diggs, Julio, McLaurin, Juju, Landry, and his tight end is Waller. You have a damn good team.
So his lineup is Watson. This is what you do right here, Rendon. Watson, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders. In the flex, you're throwing in Gallman. You're throwing in Waller. And at receiver, you're throwing in Diggs and McLaurin. Bang. Get the W.
There you go. Super easy. Super easy.
Yep. Get that W.
Yeah, and then you just wait for Eckler to come back healthy.
And for the record, I don't want any of my Niners to do well. I don't want them to win no more. That's keeping it a buck.
You've said that. You have said that.
Yeah,
I've said that before.
This year is done already. It's been done. Let's move on. Let's get some picks. High picks.
Pick 3: Julio, Allen Robinson, Deontay.
Julio's
Godwin,
probably not going to play.
Julio, yeah.
That's why I went Diggs and McLaurin for Rendon earlier, because he had Julio there. It's a phenomenal matchup for Julio against the Las Vegas Raiders, but Julio got a hamstring. He left the game, came back in the game, re-aggravated it, then never came back. That was the worst thing he should have done. He did is go back in the game. You know what I mean? Re-aggravation is like, it means you might have fucked it up even worse.
He's so big.
Yeah.
And when you're that tall and you're moving at those speeds and then also jumping at the heights that he does to go, you're constantly doing this to your hamstring. It's a fucking rubber band. It's expanding and contracting constantly.
What is he like, 20, 30 pounds lighter than Calvin Johnson, right? And he's like about 2 inches shorter, 3 inches shorter.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because like Calvin Johnson wasn't one of those guys just so big, so fast, but like when he just catching a jump ball, he's coming down, you hold your breath every time. You're like, he's gonna die. You know what I mean?
And that's what honestly scared a lot of people. A lot of people that worried during the offseason. Of course, we've seen a full season, but that's one of the things that's worried about people about DK's build is like, how long can he hold up at that with that size, that weight, moving that fast?
As long as they're not giving him all jump balls and shit.
Exactly.
At least Russell Wilson puts it right where it needs to be.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's what he got going for him. But yeah, I feel that though. Like, I mean, here's the thing, he's young enough right now. You know what I mean? He's
Study anatomy, kids.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, back when I was in school, I was studying the student body. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey. Oh my gosh. James Robinson, Zeke, Sanders, Drake, pick 2.
And I graded on the curve. You know what I mean?
Let's see here. So James Robinson, Zeke, Sanders. So you have to be careful with Zeke this week because they're playing up against that Washington football team.
But still, you're playing Zeke. He gets the volume. You know what I mean?
You got to. Zeke Thanksgiving. He's gonna do his damnedest to go off for damn sure.
And Zach Martin being back really made a fucking difference because they played against the Vikings, who are aggressive with their pass rush, and they were able to neutralize it. You know what I mean? And listen, the Washington football team's pass rush is elite. So I'm just pointing that out because that's what they're gonna try to do is dump it off to Zeke. Maybe dump it off to Pollard. They're going to try to do everything in the short game to diffuse that pass rush.
Makes sense.
Dump it off to CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean?
I feel like starting Drake over Robinson and Sanders in this scenario.
I'm not doing that.
Kenyon Drake is just becoming so trustworthy since he's been back.
Listen, James Robinson, it's the volume, man, and he's good. He almost put up 100 on the Pittsburgh Steelers in a negative game script. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
You just stated earlier in the show, like, go with your consistent guys, like, just, you know what I mean? Let that dictate your decision making. And like, he has over 1,000 all-purpose yards, and he's an undrafted free agent rookie that runs behind a trash line with, you know what I mean, with trash quarterback play. Like, that's one of those guys, man. If you were to put James Robinson on a different team, he's probably a top 3.
You are right. One of the things that I do want everyone to do, kind of, I guess we can call this like a homework assignment, like if you will,
or a rule of thumb. It's a rule of thumb. Even.
Yeah, pretty much rule of thumb. Like compile all of your data. Bogart, like that you just set me straight on that one.
I wasn't trying to set you straight. I just wanted to remind you of something that you want to implicate for viewers. You know?
I had said it backstage before we started the show.
Yeah.
James Robinson, kind of applies to this theory. Well, does apply to this theory. Go with your most consistent guys this week. The guys that have been consistently getting you the highest level of double-digit points. That's the lineup that you want to rock this week. Okay? Because there has been, especially within the last 2 weeks, there has been too much volatility and too much sway with a lot of players that you expected that should be giving you that big playability that haven't been giving it to you. Week 11, it was the week of the Titans, kind of just sucking. This week it was like everybody underachieved, like everyone underachieved basically. I think I saw a comment earlier where it was like Kamara didn't look the same, with Taysom Hill at QB.
Of course not, because
it's a different system.
Yeah, there's a guy that's not going to check down as much, and he'll probably run for it himself, which he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But still, got Kamara's a guy.
Broke Kamara's streak. Kamara had a streak every game in his career so far. He caught at least one pass. Fucked his streak up.
Yeah, fucked it up.
Kamara was probably pissed for real. He's like, "Listen, I'm glad we got the W, but man, what the fuck, bruh?"
Yeah, like there's a way that things work around here.
Keep that streak alive.
But go with your most consistent guys. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after you go through that process, if you don't like the way that lineup looks, and you have now following, you placing the players with the most consistency in to starting roles, then maybe if you want to start going for the guys that are going to be your booms, then start going for that. But personally, I'm saying this week, set everything super like as easy as possible on yourself. Go with your most consistent. Evening Gents, huge list, includes full PPR, choose 2, Deontay, Brandon Cooks, Bobby Trees, Swift, Gurley, or Geo. Thanks. Trey S, if I have to choose 2.
Deontay Johnson, right?
Yeah, Deontay Johnson.
It's tough.
Cooks,
you have to play him. And
Cooks, you got to go Cooks.
Yeah,
Swift is out, so that we solve ourselves there. Yeah. Bobby Trees is so hit or miss, so I feel like you got to go Deontay Johnson and Cooks, the first 2, or Gurley. Actually, Gurley will fall into the end zone accidentally.
If that, like, here's the thing: we only have to pick 2. We have to pick 2, so
yeah.
It's kind of hard to get off Bobby Trees, even though he's playing against the Niners, who are, even though we're trash as a whole on defense, we're pretty good still.
Exactly.
Damn, but it's hard to get away from him because, man, he's just been like he's been doing work. Look at what he just did last night.
Yeah.
And it was crazy is the game plan was like, all right, we're not going to try to run at all. You know what I mean? They're the number 1 run defense. Let's throw this thing. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Even though the only reason I was a little hesitant on Brandon.
Those are all good options.
They are. And that's what it is. But it's also those 2 guys that we're choosing, they're on a Thursday. And that would just be a bitch to get behind the ball.
Well, it's Thanksgiving week.
Brandon Cooks is great that's a great matchup. He's playing against Detroit Lions. We like that.
This is the last question we'll take. Not last question, but
before we get back to receiver.
We're going to get on the receivers here in a second. Are you more comfortable betting the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game at 44.5 over under, or the Seahawks-Eagles game at 51.5 over under? Oh, dude,
I take the under on To be honest, I like the under on both games.
Yeah, I like the under just because Pittsburgh's defense is just gonna cannibalize the fuck out of
And
Baltimore.
so is the fucking Baltimore's defense. Like they're good too. So
Exactly.
and it's divisional. It's in Pittsburgh on a short
Baltimore
week.
needs this.
They
Baltimore
do.
needs this. And honestly, this is Pittsburgh's last like kind of real competitive matchup, really.
And there's some rumors flying around right now about Carson Wentz not. They might go
Bro,
with Jalen Hurts.
fucking
You see
coach
that?
coach fucking what's his name?
Peterson.
Peterson.
Peters,
He
is it Doug Peters? Yeah.
yeah, Doug
Peters.
Peterson.
Yeah. Peterson.
Yeah, I always get the Dougs mixed up, Marone
Yeah.
and Peterson.
Is it Peters or Peterson? I'm fucking
It's
high right now.
Peterson. But fucking Doug Peterson, they asked him that in the press conference, right? And his face,
Yeah, his face said it all.
his face, of course it's gonna be Carson. Of course, because you know that he's being haunted by the media with these questions. I like the under on both of those games. I am comfortable with that. The Baltimore one, I could see you justifying the over of maybe Pittsburgh just completely just running away and going like 38-9. You know, I could see that scenario, so I'm comfortable if you do want to take the over. But yeah,
And you know what too? What's crazy is like these numbers are going to shift because it's early on in the week. So maybe punching it in right now, like I think that 51 comes down eventually to like
I definitely think that 51 definitely comes
48, 49 and a half, something like that. So
because here's the thing with the Seahawks Eagles game, that one's going to be one sided. That's just going to be Russ picking them apart.
Yeah.
So
even though the Seahawks secondary, they're gonna give up some big plays. I don't know if
not enough to put the total over 51.
And I don't know if Carson is like. I mean, Carson is not good this year, dude. And it's that line. It's everything. It's a combination.
I see the Eagles getting 2 TDs through the air at bet, maybe one through the air and one on the ground, like against Seattle. I feel like like 14 points is their cap as a team against Seattle. Like I feel like that's the ceiling for the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think judging by that, if you got them 14 or even 18. I mean, what is it? Even if it's 21 and to 24, Seahawks that's still under. You know what I mean? So even 27 to 24 seems viable. That'll be a push. But that's why I'm saying I like the under. I would take the under right now before the number goes down.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, because I just don't think that at 51, I just don't think that the Eagles do their part in order to make that game go over.
And I also have Chris Carson playing this game, so
yeah, there you go.
They'll be able to get establish a run going. You know what I mean?
So wide receiver talk. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So wide receiver injuries really it was just Juju this week for the most part. Wide receivers
the
target
of the Bengals because now they're going to be without Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
all the Bengals receivers got wounded when Joe Burrow went down.
Fuck, dude. That sucks.
Michael Pittman, Deebo Samuel, Darius Slayton, James Washington, Cole Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. Corey Davis, Nelson Aguilar, Tim Patrick, MVS, Josh Reynolds. I'm going to call out 4 off of this list, and those are the ones that you guys should really, really focus on.
Michael Pittman, for sure.
Yep. Michael Pittman, Corey Davis, Cole Beasley, and MVS. If I want to have an honorable mention, Josh Reynolds.
I'm saying Tim Patrick.
Tim Patrick, okay.
He put up 100. He leads the league. I mean, he's top 4 in the league. Receptions over 20 yards. He's doing it, man. 100 yards last week. You know what I mean? Against a really tough secondary. You know what I mean? So, and whenever they are healthy, which seems to me never, you know what I mean? Like him and Drew Lock, he goes to Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick, he's under the threshold. That's why he's on there.
I don't want to. I do want to put this out there. In regards to Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton is an amazing fucking talent and an amazing receiver. I'm not saying that
his ownership is low. That's why he's on here. Because
Well,
I wouldn't say
no,
his
no,
name
no,
either.
no. I agree that if you're in a deep league, like deep situation, 16, 18 team, like yes, like have Slate. Well, you should probably already have him anyways, but still. One of the things that I want to add and why I didn't put him in kind of that top 4, top 5 that I said for you to hurry up and go grab out the receivers. There's some drama happening in that coaching office of the New York Giants organization. And I don't think that it's going to affect things, but this offensive line is also just learning how to do a lot of different adjustments, a lot of different pull situations. Perch just now finally coming into his own on that offensive line.
Andrews.
Andrews. So I mean, with that being said, I am still weary right now. Joe Judge is starting to come into his own as a coach. It looks like that things are working out as Jason Garrett, calling the plays and shit. But
He was ready to fight Colombo, huh?
Yeah, exactly. With the whole Colombo drama and all that BS, I want to wait. I want to wait a week until that blows over because I think that could transition.
I think that has nothing to do with anything when it comes.
I don't
to
think
Slayton.
it has anything on the
Slayton
do with on
playing
the
against
field.
The Bungles.
I don't think it has anything to do with on the field.
Slayton
but
is a solid. He's a WR3.
What I want to see is can you take advantage of a wounded Bengals team right now and put all of that shit behind you from a play calling standpoint? It has not necessarily anything to do with Slayton, but it does. But the tangible part that does is the play calling.
What the Giants got going is that Joe Burrow went down, and that team probably is like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Like they were willing to play for their mans.
Oh, they were willing to go to war for Burrow, bro.
Yeah,
they were willing to go to war.
Fuck it, they're probably all but checked out now. And
Ryan Finley's probably like, all right, guys, pulls out a fucking chalkboard. Listen here's the X's and O's, and I'm gonna throw with this velocity on this amount of spin.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit,
bro. Trust me, when I interviewed him, I was like, bro, you don't have to prove to me that you're an NFL
he was
quarterback.
A rookie last year.
Yeah, bro. I was literally sitting there, like, you see the look on my face where it's like, you don't have to prove to me that you're an NFL quarterback. I can fucking tell that you're an NFL quarterback.
He's a Jared Goff comp too. That's funny because that's why Zach Taylor liked him.
Yes. He's very, very kind of golfy and that nerdy. Like I can pass this shit out of a fucking football IQ test. I wonder like what happens on the field. I need to be in a system.
Fit Finley.
I don't know if it's a fit for him, but I mean, fuck it, we'll see.
No, isn't that a wrestler? I don't know because the only name Finley I've ever heard was a wrestler. Because my daughter used to watch wrestling for a while, so I gave up on wrestling years ago. There's a guy named Fit Finley.
We used to have this dude at my old corporate job that I used to work at. When I used to work at Comcast, I'll go ahead and say it. Fuck it. And we had this white dude, Ryan Finley, or not Ryan Finley, Michael Finley. And he was white and nerdy. Like his nickname was White and Nerdy, bro. And he looked like the dude with the glasses that they used to breathe weird on Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
That dude. He was like that dude, but like, man, whenever we were at work, white and nerdy. But when we be off the clock, and this dude would like show up at a bar, show up at a party randomly. Bro, this man was just like, I was like, this is fucking white and nerdy getting down like this? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro. Yeah, so Finleys are pretty dope, but they're also very nerdy. I feel like Ryan is more so on that nerdy side. He's the new white and nerdy. Let's get into some tight ends really quick. Greg Olsen, Jonnu Smith, and Dan Arnold all went down this week.
Jonnu's might not be as bad. It's just notable because he's one of the top tight ends. Olsen done for the year, plantar fasciitis.
Yep.
But, and Dan Arnold, I think he's done for the year too, which is totally irrelevant. But we have to list it because
it's an injury and it happened.
And he caught a touchdown too. He caught a touchdown on Thursday night against the Seahawks, and it's like okay, well, hopefully that opens up the slot targets for anybody else. You know what I mean?
Tight ends that you guys can go and pick up. Eric Ebron, Robert Tonyan, Trey Burton, Dalton Schultz, Jordan Atkins. You keep putting him on this list, Jordan Reed.
It's funny because I had him at the top.
I know you purposely did that shit.
See, this is why I love you, bro, because I do that shit on purpose. I was like, he's not going to say his name.
And this is my favorite fucking tight end.
Which one?
This is
Logan Thomas should have been on there again because nobody is picking him up, bro. Like
exactly, he's one of the top tight ends in the league right now. It's like what the fuck are y'all doing? The one that I really enjoy, and I'm happy that he is back, and I'm happy that I finally get to say his name on the show. Will freaking Disley!
Yes! Oh, you mean my man Walt Disley?
Disley? Will Disley is back.
We're going to Disneyland.
Bro, Will Disley is back, and I am so happy.
I had to put him on there because with Greg Olsen going down, let's go, Walt Disley. I love that guy.
Like I want to pick him up just because I'm such like a Disley truther. But I know that I can't.
He's a baller, bro.
I know, but I know that I can't make any sacrifices in week 12 to go and get him.
Hey, the Eagles are one of the worst against the tight end. I mean, don't
give me justification. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, don't. Austin Hooper will tell you different because he didn't do shit last week against the Eagles. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Will Disley,
bro. This man when
the tight end landscape's so bad.
It's so bad that that is my justification.
And all you ESPN guys out there, hopefully you had fun with your Taysom Hill in the tight end because they switched that up.
Oh yeah, that is changed.
No longer.
So I want to actually bring that up.
What's up?
You already let them get away with the tight end destination in 1 week, but if you're gonna go in week 12 and switch it, shouldn't you go back in the system and switch it for week 11? Why are you switching it? Why switch it down?
You know why? Because there was an uproar of complaints for sure.
Oh,
they
bro.
probably got waves of emails of just motherfuckers that were victim of it.
It is a Tuesday.
This my opponent had fucking.
Bogart. It is Tuesday, right? People are still on social media.
Hot about
on social media, bitching about Taysom Hill being a tight end. They're not even bitching about the fact that they changed him. They're bitching about the fact that they changed him to a quarterback. But now they're still mad.
Yeah.
Like you said now, so now you have two crowds over one player on two sides of the equation that are pissed off at one service. ESPN, this is your fault.
Yeah, first of all, let's just be honest here. He should have never been designated as a tight end.
You should have never did that.
You know what there should be? There should be something, because this is in reality football. They call it an OW, an offensive weapon. That, maybe an OW could be designated as a flex play only. Then I would understand that. You know what I mean? But when you're naming the quarterback, it should have been changed immediately.
So Bogart, here's my challenge with that. Okay? We know OW.
Yeah.
We watch enough football. Our TVs are literally on NFL Network or ESPN all fucking day. Mm-hmm. Fox, whatever the fuck the case is. We're tapped in. I have shared my occasions and my encounters with coaches and players and so on and so forth. I have shared my encounters coaching and playing, so on and so forth. So we understand that. You are now asking to change the culture of fantasy football nerds at the top of the industry that we don't have access or we don't get to control, and trying to get them to understand, hey, football is a bigger game than just skill positions.
Yeah.
An offensive weapon is a skill position. And trying to get them to now understand that thinking to where, oh, wait, now I have to extend the platform beyond QB, beyond wide receiver, beyond tight end, beyond running back.
A perfect example, Cordell Patterson. What do you designate him as?
He has multiple designations.
Exactly, right? And then, back in the days, even though Percy Harvin was designated as a receiver, on the field, he's the offensive weapon.
Put it like this. If let's take a guy like Devin Hester or Dante Hall and let's put them in today's game. I get that we have a Cordell Patterson, but Cordell Patterson, they give those multiple designations. Let's say that we had a league where just guys were bred in terms of just being football players. Yeah, we just had a shit ton of offensive weapons. Every team had a gadget guy. What if every team had a Taysom Hill? Every team had a Cordell Patterson? You would then change the culture of the fantasy football landscape because you would have to do something different.
There would be an OW position.
Exactly. So fantasy app developers, this is a segment right here in this show that I think that you should look at. I think that you should listen to. There are so many different innovative ways that we choose to profit off of this sport. I think that this Taysom Hill thing this past 2 weeks is evidence that we need to change this. We do need to have a way to where if a guy is just a Swiss Army knife, that in fantasy football, I can play him as a Swiss Army knife. We profit off of every position directly in fantasy football, but the offensive line and but the OWs, the Swiss Armies.
It's true.
Why don't we change the culture?
You know who started his career as an OW too? Basically, he was a receiver, but Tyler Lockett. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's returning passes. They're gonna use him out of the backfield. They're gonna hit him on jet sweeps. They're gonna line him up out wide, put him in a slot. Like, you know what I mean? And then just over the years, they were like, all right, you're a great receiver. This is what we drafted you as. You're a receiver. They gave him a bag a couple years ago. Gave him a bag, and they're like, "All right, you're just a receiver."
Aiden, you mean KJ Hamler? KJ Hamler should be on the wide receiver list. He did damn good. He did damn good.
Yeah, I forgot to put him on there. That's my fault. He had 3 weeks in a row with 10 targets each week. Mm-hmm. It's fucking phenomenal. He's doing his thing.
27 last 2 weeks or last 3.
Okay, so 7 last Sunday. My bad. Yeah, because he had 2 weeks in a row with 10 targets. Then last week was 7. Okay.
Mighty Joe Young, Smoking Joe Burrow. He is the big QB injury of the week. I've said this many times on air. Coming from someone that has laced up, strapped up, put my pads on, put my helmet on, you never want to see this happen. And it sucks. Especially for a talent like him. I feel like it wouldn't – I don't want to say that we treat players differently, but this is also clear evidence that we do.
We do. Look at how devastated people was when Dak
went down. But when Dalton went down, like the team
didn't even want to help him.
Yeah, the team didn't even help him up. Like when Burrow went down, the opposing team went over and was like, we love you. We're good.
Fucking – the way his leg collapsed. You knew it was bad.
Yeah, it was Ohio on Ohio crime. It was Chase on Burrow crime.
And he destroyed him the play before that too. Like that's how tough Joe Burrow is. Like he took a massive hit before on the snap before that.
So here's the thing, and he landed awkwardly, and they went back. So in between that, he lands awkwardly. Zach Taylor sees it on the Surface Pro, goes,
go ahead back out there.
And still sends him back the fuck out there. Me personally, if I see you wince and I know that you're just getting that fucked up, and you can tell when it's just that hit, when it's like, that's the hit. Let me pull you for a play. Let me give your body 2-3 plays to just absorb that shock. Because once what happens is after one big hit, so injuries, they don't just happen. Sometimes it is just a one and done. But injuries are usually accumulated throughout the course of a game. Okay? Especially things like tears and shit of that nature.
Yeah.
Burrows was happening throughout the course of that game. And honestly, probably was happening over the course of maybe even 2 to 3 fucking weeks. And then come this week or this past week, that's when it finally happened. It sucks. It blows. But I want to shout out to the camaraderie because despite that, so many players between those two teams that took that field in week 11, there was still a brotherhood. Despite that they were a lot of those players are playing on different teams, there still is that Ohio bond, that Buckeye bond. And I'm not a Buckeyes fan by any means.
Ohio.
But that shit's legit. Honestly, that shit is dope to me. Seeing that how after the injury, Chase Young, Dwayne Haskins, Terry McLaurin, all those guys were there at his side. And, and even a couple of his new teammates, C.T. Higgins on the other side of the Gator, all those guys. That's what football injuries happen. Injuries fucking happen.
Is Mighty Joe Young? He is mighty.
He's the toughest fucking quarterback.
He was not even listen, Dak knew he was done. And I'll give Dak this props. He grabbed his own ankle and banged it against the turf, and he seen his leg going the other way, and he's like, no.
Here's the thing with Dak.
But he was crying hysterically. Joe Burrow was just like, shit, man. Fuck
bro, but
Dak.
Here's the thing with Dak. Dak has a good offensive line. Dak didn't see that coming. Joe Burrow, if you were to ask me, Joe Burrow, do I think that Joe Burrow saw it coming? I don't think that he saw it coming, but I think that he knew the mathematical probability that
him getting beat up.
Because I am playing for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I remind everyone, this is a kid from Athens that wanted to be on the team. This kid wants to play for this team. Cincinnati Bengals fans, remember, he went down trying to bring you guys to the promised land. Even with the losing record, he wants to ball for you guys. He wants to play for you guys. I know that it's going to be a year and a half. But listen, when Joe Burrow comes back, he is going to light the NFL on fire. Cincinnati, because of this injury, this needs to be the wake-up call to, we need to get him the best fucking offensive line that the whole entire NFL could buy, that money could fucking buy, that $1 billion corporation can buy. You know what, bro?
This is so crazy because I was on with BWB with Bliss with Blake.
Yeah.
And it was an award show. And we had an award, the Better Luck Next Year award. And Joe Burrow was the winner of that award and it wasn't like anything knocking him. It was just that because he's so phenomenal that it's like, hey, bro, better luck next year. We did the episode Saturday. So I just remember, bro, I remember going, bruh, Chase Young finna destroy this, man. And we were just laughing so hard. He's a Steelers fan, so he has nothing but respect for Joe Burrow, but he's like, I hate that we're gonna have to deal with him for years, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, it's gonna be some crazy shit, bro, because that line is already Swiss cheese, and now he's gonna play against Chase Young. Chase Young's finna destroy him, and bro, he destroyed him.
Yeah. Bro, can you imagine?
Was it Chase Young on that play? Because I know Chase Young folded him up the play before that.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was Chase. It was Chase on that play. Damn. Bro, really quick. Can you just imagine? Okay, if the Burrow injury doesn't happen for Cincinnati, you take your L's the rest of the season, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the whole fucking off season. You have this kid that has now been groomed for a whole fucking 16 games. Now, if I'm the organization, I'm making calls to Burrow during the offseason. So, what do you feel like you need after a full 16 games? What can we do to get what do you want? Whatever you want, you now make the calls. I would give him that Peyton Manning type of love and be like, yo, because you know how he dictated what he got out of the draft.
Of course.
I'd be giving Joe Burrow after. People can say I'm crazy. You'd be like, he's just a rookie.
Need offensive line.
Exactly. I know. I mean, I know that. They know that. We all know that. But people can be like, can take this take and be like, oh, well, you're going to give that much responsibility to a fucking rookie. Like, you're crazy. I will give that responsibility to this rookie. Even with him being injured, I would give him that. Yo, build our team. Build our team, bro.
The dumbass Cleveland Browns, they let Baker Mayfield pretty much choose Freddie Kitchens after Hugh Jackson. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I want him on, and that didn't go well.
That didn't go well. Yeah. I mean, it's going mediocre. That's going mediocre at best.
That was coaching too. When it comes to what should we get in this draft to help you, man? Joe Burrow's gonna be like, give me a line, bro.
Yep, get me a line. And Joe Burrow's going in. Joe Burrow's looking at every single. Joe Burrow's looking at every single piece of lineman film from college this year, and he's like, I want that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy. Bro, just draft nothing but line. Figure out defense in next draft, Bengals. Just draft nothing but line. You can be the Cowboys and put up the Cowboys at the beginning of the season and put up points and have a shit fucking defense, and you probably should have gone defense in the draft. That's fine. You need a line. That's been your problem. You fix this, you're solid. Like Cincinnati, you fix this, you can go back to the Marvin Lewis days where it's like, yeah, we suck, but we're still getting in the playoffs.
They should never go back to the Marvin Lewis days.
Bro, at least they were making the playoffs.
Yeah, but they also had like a good defense, and they had a solid line. You know what I mean? They had pieces in play. They were a coach away back then. They
Yeah,
were
they
a
were
coach away
okay.
from and then
Yeah.
now they're an entire team away,
I
basically.
don't think that they're an entire team away. Okay, I think that
They
they
need a
are
line, and
they need a
they
line.
need pass rush, and they need corners for sure.
Okay, you're right. They're an entire
Yeah,
fucking team away.
yeah.
They're an entire fucking team away. They're not as bad as the goddamn Jets. By the way, the New York Jets have been officially eliminated from the playoffs. They are the only team to officially be eliminated from the NFL playoffs currently.
And they still have their coach.
God, fucking jackasses.
They should just fire him now, since they already all but assured. Well, I guess they're like, you know what? Keep them on. We keep getting these L's.
Exactly, yeah.
They're going 0-16, bro. They're like, let's
Look,
go.
Single league QBs that you guys can draft to replace Mighty Joe Young, Derek Carr, Daniel Jones, Tua, Alex Smith, Phillip Rivers, Baker Mayfield. Tua's injury doesn't seem like it's too serious, so he should be fine.
He has an injury?
Oh, he got fucked up Sunday. He got dropped.
Yeah, they got dropped, but I thought they just benched him because he was just horrible. To be honest, I didn't see the injury. That's why I was asking. But yeah, he's playing the Jets, so you know what I mean. That's a great streaming option, right? Phillip Rivers playing against the Tennessee Titans. It's a defense that they get beat up on. Who else, man? Who else do we have there? Derek Carr playing against Atlanta. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, man. I should have rocked with Taysom Hill against Atlanta. So mad at myself. Fuck you, Matt Ryan.
Taysom Hill, if he's available to you, definitely pick him up as a QB. He's playing the Broncos, but
it's a good defense.
They are a good defense. Really quick, Von Miller. I saw your Instagram today, bro. I hope that recovery is going well, pal.
What happened to him now?
He's been out for the season.
No, yeah, for sure. Okay, I thought there was
something. No. Oh, no. His Instagram was just super like depresso today. Like I was like,
oh, poor guy, man.
Like I had to go on the post and comment like yo, like we love you, dog. Like just get better. Like he's at the low part of the injury phase.
Yeah, because you know what's crazy too? It's different, man. Like he tore his ACL. It's different right now. I don't know about the team doctors being allowed to be like. I'm wondering if he had to get his own doctors. Like, the rehabilitation processes might be different in COVID. You know what I mean?
It is like if you guys follow Vaughn, like. I get that people are like social media is fucking stupid and social media is such a negative place. It can also be used for positive. Go comment on Vaughn's post and just be like, yo, Rumboyz shouted you out and we fucking love you. Like we just want to let you know that we love you, bro. Like and just get well. Because he's going through that. If you've ever dealt with an injury, there's a certain part a couple of months into the recovery, a couple of weeks, couple of months, to where depression hits. And that shit's so serious, it's tough. And football players, not only, depression can hit, but they're also simultaneously dealing with CT because football's a constant car crash. It's a holiday season. He's barely able to fucking walk. Give the man thoughts and prayers because he's one hell of a fucking football player. And his Instagram post,
he might not come back the same.
He's not coming back the same. It's not coming back the same. I don't know. I don't. If he comes back, I don't think that he completes a full season. It's that serious. Like
he's not gonna come back on time either, though. That's for sure.
No, I don't think he's coming back on time.
He'll probably be like next October-ish type of shit.
Yeah. So I mean, guys, like I get that we all play fantasy and shit. We make money off these guys. I'm like, but they're people. Just remember that they are fucking people.
People that could kick our ass too.
Exactly. David Montgomery, Naeem Hines, Duke Johnson, Kalen Ballage, Wayne Gallman, Jamal Williams, James White. Who do I pick up? So David Montgomery's available?
Yeah. You swoop him up. That's why he's at the top of that list, I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you swoop him up. Sounds like a league that didn't have IRs neither.
Mozart, Gaskin, Gordon, Deontay, Evans, Galladay, or Higgins.
One?
Yeah, start one. Deontay, I guess. I mean, if
Yeah,
Galladay is
Johnson.
healthy,
Yeah, and then you'll be able to find out Thursday if he plays. I mean, you'll be able to find out tomorrow. Like, what is Galladay's status right now? Did he practice? I think I might have seen that.
didn't somebody say that he was ruled out?
That was Swift.
That was Swift. No, I think someone said here. Let me double
Oh, I
check.
might have missed that then. Yeah, man, if he's ruled out, that sucks, dude. He's done for the year then, basically. I don't see there any reason they bring him back.
Let me double check.
It's kind of the CMC category where it's like, yeah, there's probably no reason to bring him back either now. Well, they did win that game.
This indeed. Galladay hip didn't participate Tuesday's walkthrough practice. Practice today.
Yeah, which is Tuesday. You're not going to get in there on
You're probably not getting in on Thursday.
Yeah. Damn. That sucks for me.
Pick 2, Galladay, Godwin, Allen Robinson, DJ Moore, Deontay. Well, we're not picking Galladay.
Godwin's in there.
I like Allen Robinson and DJ.
Yeah. It's and even if it's Trubisky.
Oh shit, it's also Deontay Johnson. Fuck, he has Deontay Johnson on that lineup too.
Ooh, Deontay Johnson and damn, Allen Robinson's such a good play too, man.
I know. I feel like Deontay and Allen is so much more secure.
But you know what though? Allen Robinson is gonna draw. He's gonna draw Jair Alexander. Don't like that. It's one of the top corners.
But he has the consistency.
He needs the volume though. That's to get the consistency. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
Oh shit, Matt Nagy doesn't know which quarterback they're starting because both of them are back healthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh God, he doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing right now. Never mind.
I think it's gonna be Trubisky to be honest, but I'm gonna.
I wanted to be Trubisky.
I'll go with Deontay Johnson and Godwin here.
Yeah, Deontay and Godwin because Matt Nagy can't fucking figure out his head from his ass.
No, that guy's a dumbass.
Dude,
so, he's on the way out too.
Yes, he's on his way out. So go back and watch our very, very old beginning Rumboyz content when me and Ty Bookie are sitting in our old studio. And
I'm literally a Bears fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Bears fan.
Yeah.
And I'm literally sitting there telling him, I'm like, bro, like this isn't gonna last. Like, bro, his play calling sucks. Like he fucking sucks. Like he cannot call. This man cannot.
He was cool that first year, like you know what I mean.
Oh, bro, he was so mediocre that first year.
I mean, they were doing it.
But they were doing it because Mitch had RPO options. You had fucking Cohen and Howard. Like you moved. Nagy has this habit of moving on from pieces way sooner than what the fuck he should.
Yeah, they might not have should have moved on from Howard because he was a
no, but he fit into their system. That was the only system that was a style in the system that fit him. He couldn't catch
the ball. That was the one thing that irritated him.
But you had Cohen.
Jug machine.
But you had Cohen that complimented the fuck out of him.
But that would make you one-dimensional. Like if you're like, all right, we're down in the red. Here's Jordan Howard. If there's no threat of him catching the ball, they'd be like, stop the run. You know what I mean? Like defenses knew what to key in on. Yeah, because.
But that's how they had the shovel pass to Trey Burton though. That's how they had the shovels work.
And Trey Burton had like 8 touchdowns that year and 500 yards. So it's like he had 500 yards over 16 games, and it was just one of those things like.
Aiden, do not drop McKissick. You should not drop McKissick. We are not dropping McKissick.
Don't do that.
Right now, guys. If you are getting no name pieces, McKissick, no worries. I'm calling McKissick a no name, but if you guys are getting pieces that like you pretty much didn't draft it, but like are helping you get wins right now, be careful what you drop to pick up. You're only your drops right now should be okay. For instance, when someone had asked, "Do I drop this person for David Montgomery?" You drop this, you go and you get Montgomery. You want to drop him for Montgomery? Okay. What else do you have that we can drop? Is there anyone else suckier than McKissick? Like, do you have anyone else that we can drop? Like. Like can we drop a defense? Pick up Montgomery and then we'll just pick up a defense later on. Like I mean, RPOs, aka run pass options. Yes. Stream tripping out for anyone else. What y'all mean? The stream shouldn't be tripping out for anyone else. We're actually about to get into streaming defenses. Let me check on our stream quality. The stream should not be tripping out for anybody. Let me double check what we got happening really quick. Jerry Judy or T Higgins? Ooh, Judy. T Higgins took a major hit with Burrow down. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be low. It shouldn't be lagging, y'all. Oh, it tripped out for a few seconds. All good. So streaming defenses. Let's go ahead. Let's dive right into the streaming defenses now. First, so Bogart, you put Cleveland, Giants, Seahawks, Arizona 49ers, but there is one that I want to add to the list out of the ones that you added, and that is the Washington football team. I feel like you gotta be playing them right now.
All right, we're on defenses, right?
Yeah. Cleveland, Giants, Seahawks, Arizona, Niners. I toss in Washington football team.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, because you know what's crazy is that they're actually like heavily owned. So.
Oh yeah. You're right.
But yeah, you know what? I really like the Giants.
Raj, I know.
I know,
Raj.
The Giants this week.
You like the Giants this week?
Yeah, because you know they're already like. First of all, it's just Gio Bernard in the backfield, right?
Yeah.
And then it's Ryan Finley throwing the ball, and this is a top 15 secondary. And they're at top 10 in pressures against quarterbacks. So they're not a bad defense. Danny Dimes just sucks and puts them in bad positions every week. You know what I mean? This might not be one of those weeks. So that's why they're one of my top streamers.
Cleveland, I like it because you have the overthinker, Ryan, the overthinker Finley in the game. Like when I tell you this guy legitimately over fucking thinks everything.
And that means he's double clutching and holding on the ball too long.
Yeah. Oh, bro. He double clutches so bad.
Yeah. He did it a few times against the Redskins.
And
against the football team. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how Fuller was just like, oh god, I know exactly what you're doing. Like Fuller was like, oh, this is a match made in heaven. It's a fucking wet dream. Yeah, for knowing that you're going up against a quarterback that makes mental errors, that habitually makes mental errors, that lets you know what his read is going to be before the read actually goes. It doesn't take a genius. Any of you guys in the chat that have never played football in your entire life, that have never put on a pair of cleats, could cover against Finley throwing. You guys could go out there, cover receiver. Like the receiver better be significantly better than you, of course, you know. But like Finley, what I'm saying is like Finley's just not a good quarterback. Like he sells reads, he stares down receivers.
Yeah.
The Giants actually may not be a bad play.
No,
they actually might be a top 5 play this week.
The last time we seen the Giants, they were stifling Tom Brady for the most part in the game. You know what I mean? They're the top 5 play, but you know, top streaming for sure.
With Ryan Finley going up against Ryan Finley at QB makes it to where you can be a top 5 play. Like I don't see a universe. I see one alternate universe out of the millions that I have predicted. I see this one alternate universe where Ryan Finley just suddenly torches them.
You know, and then obviously, you know, there's the obvious plays like if Dolphins are available, which are over the threshold. But if they're out there, play them against the Jets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know, who else is fun to pick on? Arizona's one. I mean, obviously I have them on the list, but you all you really have to do is stop the run. You know what I mean? Because they're not really going to throw the ball that much, and if they do, you know, Cam Newton hasn't been that great at it. You know what I mean? So, but Cleveland is a solid one because they're still under the threshold. And if you pick them up, you could rock with them the rest of the fucking goddamn way.
Yeah, Cleveland is one of those
they have a nice schedule the rest of the way.
If your fantasy team, for the most part, is usually built and predicated on you're just a right decision away And defense more times than not tends to be that decision that catches you the L's. If you are that person, I have been that person. Cleveland defense isn't a bad option.
Yeah, they're a good option. Like look
Another
at how they played well even without Myles Garrett last week. Like Olivier had 3 sacks, and I'm so mad. I was looking at him in IDP. I was like, fuck.
another thing that I want you guys to do. The Bills are coming off of a bye. There are going to be people out there. Their names aren't Robbie. There are going to be people out there, though, that did drop this defense because they could not make any other drops last week.
Oh, I hope my Justin Herbert balls out because like they had a week to game plan for Herbert, man.
You need to go and get the Bills. Go get the Bills. I get that you're probably looking at their schedule like, but what the fuck, Robbie? Their schedule's tough. Okay, look at what they've done the rest of the season against tough teams. They're defense. I trust them.
You've been beating the Bills defense drum all year. They're okay.
Bro, I've been winning games off that defense. I've been winning games.
They're bad against the run, and they're one of the lower scoring defenses. Like they don't really. There hasn't been too many like sacks, strip sack fumbles for the score or pick sixes.
No, they get me points. They get me points. I am never in the negative. I am never zero, and I am never negative.
Yeah, they're not.
For the most part, I'm very rarely below 9 points.
In reality, they're good.
No, I'm very rarely below 9 points when I use the Bills defense. Like, so I mean, hey.
Do you have the Bills anywhere else besides the SBI? Because in the SBI, our scoring format is legit. Like if the defenses they go in.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Fuck. Hang on, sorry. I just realized something in one of my leagues. Like I just woke the fuck up and caught a breath of fresh air.
What happened, B?
Both my quarterbacks are done.
Oh, who do you got?
I had Breeze and I had Burrow. So I have to pick up Taysom Hill.
Well, that's not bad then. That's fun. You just gotta get that man.
I mean, I'll probably get him, honestly. I mean, if not, there's
single QB league.
Yeah, it's a single QB. So there's a shit ton of QBs, but it's just like, fuck, man.
Like even Kirk Cousins, man, he's probably out there. That guy's, he's been doing his thing. He ain't never dropped below the 16-point threshold. So, I mean, that's it's not a zero you're putting in there.
Oh, I'd probably go Carr if anything.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you know me. You know me.
He's the top streamer of the week. That's why I put him at the top of the list. Top streamer, Derek Carr, playing against Atlanta, pissed as fuck, pissed off that he fucking lost to the Chiefs.
Bro, I love pissed off Derek Carr. He just plays so differently.
It's funny because Derek Carr, he's just one of those guys, man. That like it's just like I just don't think it's gonna work out for him in reality.
Well, yeah, a lot of people feel that way about Derek Carr. Like, but I mean, he's not bad. He's not
Derek
bad.
Carr might end up on the Patriots next year, for all we fucking know.
So if Kenny Golladay doesn't play, who do I start? Calvin Ridley, Allen Robinson, or Deontay Johnson?
Calvin Ridley, Deontay Johnson, like those guys should already be in your lineup.
Yeah, I feel like they should. Yeah, so I'm trying to.
Those are must play.
Yeah, because Golladay not being out means that one of those other ones should have already been in there. So now you're just picking one other one.
If I had to pick one other one, I kind of lean towards Calvin Ridley because there's no Julio. But you got to play both those guys, man. And I bet you he has like DeAndre Hopkins and some other crazy shit before that. So that's
like if you have like then yeah. But I mean, if I had to pick one, if I had to pick one, I guess Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving, I'm expecting. This is the Thanksgiving is the one time that on a Thursday.
Calvin Ridley's not playing on Thanksgiving though.
All right, no. You're right. Atlanta. Deontay Johnson is my fault. Rock out. Swift's not playing this week. I'll repeat. Swift is not playing this week.
It sucks because the platforms haven't made the adjustments yet. It probably still hasn't projected.
Oh, the platform, that's the only thing that's scaring me is, do you know something that we don't know? because
He's ruled out. They literally said it. So.
I like why they keep fucking putting points next to his name.
I mean, it was the same way when they said Taysom Hill was a starter. You know, Jameis Winston was still projected. You know what I mean?
Bro, okay, hold on.
It took an entire day.
I kept telling everyone Taysom Hill was going to be the starter, and all the Jameis Winston truthers on fucking Twitter. You're wrong. Like, yo, Jameis Winston truthers, relax.
Anybody who's a Jameis Winston truther had him in fantasy last year. That's what I'm saying. Because
exactly.
We loved it when he threw pick sixes and shit like that. I'm a Jameis Winston truther.
Bro, right? Yeah, I had Jameis Winston.
I knew when they announced it, it's like, oh, they really serious. They're not just going to announce that thing. I mean, I was still skeptical
Bro, because they announced it and then retracted it. So that's why I was like,
that was annoying.
Because that was a clear giveaway. Well, that was a clear giveaway because Sean Payton usually doesn't do that. That was a clear giveaway of you accidentally leaked who the starter was and you didn't want to. And now you're trying to cover back your tracks. Well, it's already out there now, so fuck, let's just run it.
Yeah, and they said something along the lines, too, of like, oh, Jameis Winston isn't in the game plan. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, that was like already saying, like, oh, he's not the guy. You know, at least this week.
Oh, yeah, bro, Connor Burke, I know the Ravens are in coronavirus poverty right now. You guys are just getting hit with the virus hard. Poor Ravens organization.
Who did the Ravens play last week? Last Sunday?
Can't remember.
Oh, they played the Titans. Damn, you better not have affected the Titans, neither Ravens. You know what I mean?
Oh, the Titans are probably fucking fully corona like
because they already
free, right? Yeah, they've already been there, done that. So drop Jerry Jeudy or T Higgins. I'm not dropping T Higgins right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up on T Higgins just yet. You don't just drop them. It's drop them for who, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like who are you dropping?
Those are good options. Like, those are options I would look to see who dropped, and I'd be like, oh, someone dropped Jerry Jeudy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I would pick up T Higgins just because I like if I saw you drop T Higgins, I'd be like, oh, but what if Philly force feeds T Higgins now?
Yeah,
because he's gonna need someone to throw to.
Because we don't know yet. We gotta see it. And how about this? When Philly got in there, 10 targets to T Higgins.
Yeah, so
targeted him 10 times.
I'd be very, very cautious with that, Aiden. Yeah. Right now, you're not trying to make any.
For who is what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If Michael Pittman is out there, if Michael Pittman Jr. is available, I would
for Montgomery, bro. I already told.
I would
hold
do that.
on.
Jared Jeudy then.
But no, because I already told him earlier who to drop for Montgomery. Because he had it, because he had it like super easy, honestly. Yeah, he was like, should I drop McKissick for Montgomery? And I was like, okay, yeah, you can drop McKissick for Montgomery.
I'd rather drop the position scarcity at running back. I don't just want to drop any running back. I would rather drop.
I feel that.
I'd rather drop Jared Jeudy from Montgomery.
So then go Jeudy.
Don't just drop Jared Jeudy and then claim Montgomery. Claim Montgomery and then select Jared Jeudy to be the drop, because if you don't get, you're not guaranteed to get Montgomery. You know what I mean? So don't just cut ties. Just
so wait,
like that.
you said do what?
I was saying, like, if he's gonna claim Montgomery, don't just outright drop Jeudy and then go claim Montgomery, because you don't know if you're gonna get him for sure. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just claim Montgomery and then select Jeudy as the guy that gets dropped if you get awarded Montgomery. You know what I mean? Like, don't shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean?
My stars are Josh Jacobs and Chubb, but Chubb isn't doing anything right now.
What? Chubb just put up 2 back-to-back games at 100 yards. What are you talking about?
Oh, wait, no. Fucking no, bro, because we were talking about the goal line touches earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that since he came back, he's only had 1 goal line carry in 2 games, and versus Kareem Hunt has had 5.
Yeah, they're trusting Kareem Hunt more.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm just saying, though, he's still getting the more massive workload. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's Nick Chubb.
You're going to want Montgomery because you're going to want the stable flex. Like, I'm playing Montgomery as a flex, and that's why I had him projected coming into the season anyways as a flex play. You're going to want to play Montgomery just because of him being a flex play. That's why you want Montgomery. It doesn't matter who your starters are.
He has a safe floor. He has a safe floor every week. He's going to get, like, You know, and granted, he better pick up where he left off because that means he's always got 20 touches a game. You know, 15 to 16 carries every game, 4 to 5 targets every game. That's been Montgomery.
Yeah, I did hear about that report that Lamar Jackson could have been one of the people that tested positive. I know that there's nothing that confirms that yet.
Damn. Robert.
Raj agreed.
Bob Griffin the third time? Fuck. That means they're really done this year.
Yeah, if it's RG3 to start, then the Ravens are done.
Because right now it's the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Raiders, and who else is outside? I think it's those three. Those three teams are fighting for that 7th seed right now.
Rockout says, too many backs on my team. He has Zeke, CEH, Swift, Drake, Gallman. What 3 you like this week? Trying to work on a last-minute trade deadline. Damn.
Zeke, CEH,
Zeke on Thanksgiving.
CEH, and
Swift is out, so you can't do that.
Can't use him.
I'm thinking, oh, man, that Gallman is going to run over Cincinnati. Like the Giants will beat Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the Gallman play, but the one.
But Drake, but just having.
Yeah, I'm going Drake, CEH, and
especially because he mentions trade deadline, that lets me know that okay, you're now about to move either Swift or Gallman.
Yeah.
So you're right. So you're figuring out what 3 you want for the rest of the season, and I feel like you want Zeke, CH, and Drake rest of the season.
Yeah, that's a definite. Those 3. I mean, because you know what, with DeAndre Swift, there's not another realm of possibilities. Losing teams, man, that slowly teams start to get mathematically eliminated. They don't need to play their guys that much.
Exactly,
Especially
and those are the things that you guys want to start looking out for now. Is who could potentially be mathematically eliminated next?
Like I have for the life of me, I don't know why they're talking about bringing back Austin Eckler. Like, they're already they're not technically out, but one more L. You know what I mean? That's it.
They're talking about bringing him back, and I mean, if they do,
because this is the thing is like, once you get the 8th loss, then you're out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 9-7 is 9-7 is that's what the 7th seed is going to look like.
Yeah.
7th seed is going to be a 9-7 team, unless there's just so many fucking 10-6 teams, and yeah. But there's a 9-7 team, so that's why the Chargers haven't been mathematically eliminated. That's why the Carolina Panthers haven't been mathematically. What are they? 3-7 right now, Panthers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like these teams. You need to start rooting for these teams if you have guys on those teams.
Yeah, this week will be the week where teams start getting mathematically eliminated. So and I want to go back to what we mentioned at the beginning of the show, which is how week 11, where it was like so many guys underperformed. The reason that happened and the logic behind that is because so many teams, and especially defensive players, stepped up, rose to the occasion to shut down your skilled position players, to shut down the guys that are getting these real life NFL teams these fucking wins. So you're gonna start noticing to where that whole phrase "defense wins championships," that's going to start becoming more true now. That's going to start becoming more potent now, now than ever before, especially because with COVID, especially because there's going to be an extra spot in the playoffs, especially because they could even have a 16-team playoff. A lot of teams are vying and battling.
I don't think that 16-team thing is going to happen.
I don't think that it's going to happen.
We would need a massive outbreak in the next 2 weeks.
Right.
And if there's a massive outbreak within the league, that's the league's protocols not working. And if there was a massive outbreak and the league's protocols were in place, that would mean that it's an outbreak in reality, out in the United States.
Once again,
you know what I mean?
Teams are preparing and they're playing for any probability possible.
It's true.
There are more probabilities now than there have ever been. Okay? So with that being said and with that being stated, you guys need to be trying to game plan for as many scenarios differently as possible yourselves. Try not to overthink. Roger, what are we playing Among Us? I'll hop in for Among Us. but trying to overthink, but do know that this is the time where no names may win you your championship. Prime example, I benched Julio last year for a Steve Sims
Who was Julio
because
playing though?
I don't remember who Julio was playing.
And
He
I
was
think he was,
he
and I
wasn't
think
even
he was banged up. So it was
yeah,
like, you know what I
he
mean?
was
Come on.
done. Yeah, like he had like he was banged up, and it was one of those situations where Atlanta was like, "Well, we're not gonna fucking make it, so
Yeah.
fuck it." But those are the situations I'm talking about. You need to be
Yeah.
on the aware of that situation of we're not going to play you for four full quarters. We may play you for a quarter. You know, and
You
and
might, you know what's funny? You might need to start looking at these NFC East guys in general because they're playing that thing all the way
they're
down.
playing that shit down to the line.
Yeah.
So having
Those guys are going to be active.
a Terry McLaurin right now. Terry McLaurin is a super value right now. He is a super value right now because they're still battling it out. You know, your CeeDee Lamb right now, that's a super value to have right now. That's prime real estate to have right now. Your Zeke's prime real estate. Your Antonio Gibson's prime real estate. You want to have these teams that are going to be vying for the very last down to the fucking minute because those are going to be the guys and those are going to be the personnel players that are going to win it for you.
Oh, yeah.
And those are going to be the guys where you're going to be stressing down to the last minute because you're going to be like, fuck, like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, am I really going to trust, this play right here? But when it's all said and done, you're like, thank God I made that decision. I'm so happy that I knew that this quarterback was only going to play a quarter. I'm going to drop Judy because my wide receivers are Keenan Allen, Kenny Golladay, Robert Woods, T. Higgins, Calvin Ridley, Allen Robinson, Deontay Johnson. Boom, you're safe there.
Yeah.
Pick up Giants, Seattle, or New Orleans defense. This is our last question for tonight.
Giants, Seattle. I would go with Giants.
Okay.
New Orleans is not bad neither. They're playing against they're playing against Drew Lock and them, and Drew Lock and them. They're going to try to run the ball. You can't run on New Orleans, so that ball flying through the air is going to be tantalizing for that Saints defense. But I'm going to go with overthinker Ryan Finley. And so I'm playing it. I like the Giants there.
Yeah, I like the Giants top 15 secondary. It's Ryan Finley, and as long as Ryan Finley is going to keep overthinking the concept of just the game of football overall, I'm going to rock with that. This has been our week.
The Giants is just a better defense than Seattle too. So
Yeah. We will take more questions tomorrow on our Q&A. This has been our fantasy football waiver wires show. We went through, we gave you guys our drops, our ads, our starts, our sits.
Our Q&A is also going to be a rundown of the Thanksgiving Day slate, correct?
Yes. So tomorrow's Q&A may be a little bit longer than usual.
Yeah.
Just because we're going to run through Thanksgiving. We'll be picking our MKF. Plus answering fantasy football questions. Tomorrow's going to be absolutely fucking bananas, to be honest. We may or may not probably have a couple more guests on with us, just to make it flow a little bit differently, a little bit easier. Mixing this fill with that kind of a little bit of like a semi-rad feel, a little bit, but like just
kind
like
of a Friday.
yeah, it's kind of a Friday tomorrow.
I mean, because it's the day.
Yeah,
it is a Friday.
It's Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, expect the term to be significantly different. We'll have more reports, especially because tomorrow is, the day before everything's going to come out for your Thursday games. We have three Thursday games, a full Thursday slate. So tomorrow, I'm recommending you guys come prepared. Come ready to ask about over-unders. Come ready to ask about props. Come ready to ask about fantasy football. If your question did not get answered tonight, write it down, memorize it, ask it tomorrow. If you got a little extra dono hype laying around, to make sure that your question gets answered, tomorrow is definitely the time. Like, tomorrow's definitely the session that you want to get in on. Bogart, talk to him, tell him where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me right here with, alongside the Admiral Robbie J himself on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. And you can also find me at the GMM Network on both IG and Twitter. Subscribe to our channel, YouTube/the GMM Network. And you can find our flagship show, the Real Fantasy Playmakers Podcast, available on all streaming platforms. We are taking a hiatus because of the Thanksgiving week. But we'll be back next week with all the episodes. Hey.
Deli. Catch me at Rumboyz, spelled with a Z, Net, on all social media platforms. Google us, Rumboyz Fantasy Network, Rumboyz Fantasy Network, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Well, we're fucking like legitimately everywhere. You type Rumboyz and we are what pops up. That's Rumboyz spelled with a Z. Like I said, type it in, first search, get in on everything that we're on. Rumboyz.com, promo code RumboyzXmas over on monkeyknifefight.com. New promo code dropping tomorrow from Rumboyz merch. We're going to be hooking you guys up with a major discount before this Black Friday weekend. So be on the lookout for that as well. Other than that, cheers to me. Cheers to you. And all the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly, y'all. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Oh, I'm sorry. Love, peace, and turkey grease.
Yeah.
Let's go.